Okay. Welcome back, everyone. So.
Where have you been?
So now, I've got a blind taste. I've got a blind taste test, and this is Salsa Verde, right? Green?
Yeah.
Are you being blind?
Yeah.
So each bowl, A and B, has the exact same ingredients. All right. I'm gonna do the old-fashioned way first, and if you're interested in just skipping ahead and checking out the dump and go Instant Pot version, go to right here. At the end, we'll give Suzanne her blind taste test, and you can see how it all went down. Half of the following vegetables are going to go in my traditional roasted method, and the other half I'll use in the Instant Pot later. So we've got tomatillos, garlic, jalapenos, lime, onion, and cilantro. We need to clean these tomatillos. They come in a little husk. That'll need to be taken off, and then each one will need to be sort of rinsed off. They're a little sticky underneath that stuff. There it is. So these are not green tomatoes. They're closely related to the gooseberry, I believe. Here's a bad one. Oops, I got ripped off. All right, so I'm chopping each of them in half. I'm gonna rough chop the onion. The idea is to brush them with a little olive oil and throw them under a broiler, or you could also just roast them, like in a 450 oven for maybe 20 minutes. I get the same browning effect by just putting them under the broiler for 4 minutes, pulling them out, flipping some of them over, and putting them back in for 3 or 4 more minutes. Just looking for a little caramelization, a little char. Either way is fine. We got that rack about 4 inches or so from the broiler. All right, these are looking good. So just flip these jalapenos over. Another 4 minutes. So these jalapenos I'm going to cover up. You can put them in a little Tupperware. I'm just going to wrap them up in a little foil here. We're just going to let them sweat. It'll steam up a little bit in there so that we can peel off the skin in a few minutes. All right, so it's been 3 or 4 minutes. Probably could have waited a little longer. I think they're still a little hot. Anyway, do you see what I'm trying to show you here? The skin is coming off. On one of the jalapenos, I'm taking the seeds out. That's what this is. So if you want it a little spicier, obviously just leave the seeds in. A little chicken broth going here, just half a cup. And I'm just gonna pulse it down a little bit. All right, so now I'm just going to dump it in a saucepan, let it cook up a little bit. I'll bring it to a boil and then turn it down to simmer and let it reduce for a little bit. Going ahead and adding a little bit of salt, and then I've got a half teaspoon of cumin. So I've let it simmer for about 10 minutes and turned the heat off. Now I'm adding cilantro and the juice of 1/2 of a lime. And this one is finished. Now we're going to try to save a little bit of time and do it in the Instant Pot using the exact same ingredients. I've gone ahead and de-seeded one of the jalapenos and I just kind of smashed these garlic cloves. All right. So I guess they call it dump and go for a reason. Half cup chicken broth. Of course you could use vegetable broth or whatever. I'm using better than bouillon. All right, I'm setting this for 6 minutes. It'll take about 10 or 15 to build pressure. Cook for 6 minutes, and then we'll let it, naturally release for about 15 minutes. Okay, can't get any simpler than that. So you could take this out and put it in the blender. Of course, my blender is dirty. It would have made sense to use it, but I just keeping with the idea that everything's done simply in one pot, just for illustration purposes, I guess. I went ahead and used my immersion blender, and this is done. We're going to use it. We're going to use the sauce to make some other things in the future. Probably tomorrow, the next day.
Chicken enchiladas.
We can make some enchiladas, tacos. But anyway, I just wanted to try each of these and see which one you like better.
Okay. So
yes,
they're both the same ingredients. Why do they look different?
Well, they look different, don't they? They look very different.
Yes, Jesse, that's correct.
So, Jessie, you cannot have any. She would. They might be a little spicy.
Chunky.
Chunky. Thick. Rich flavors. A little spicy?
No, it wasn't bad at all.
Oh, good.
Not what I had. No.
Okay.
Nope.
All
okay.
right.
Now the other one.
Yeah.
Well, I can't get any chunkies on there. It's all just gonna be.
It's a little watery,
like
isn't it?
Wet.
This one's a little watery.
That one tastes kind of citrusy.
Okay. Okay.
And I didn't pick up the citrusy flavor in the
no.
other one.
Sorry. I got bit. Those have got some bad dogs.
Bad dogs. Woo! I'm gonna put the dogs out.
Okay.
Come on, guys. So, what do you think?
Well, I like the chunkiness. I like this one that's so thick. And I just think it has a richer, deeper flavor. This one seems kind of watery. But, it's still isn't bad.
The flavor is good. Maybe the difference would be if you were going to cook with it.
Yeah.
This one might be a better one to cook with.
Okay.
This one might be better for just some chips.
Okay. Yeah, I see. I see that. What you're saying makes sense.
These words I speak are true.
These are true words. The words that you speak have meaning. All right. Well, this one, A, was made with, it was made how I normally make it in the oven. I roasted the vegetables and then blended them up and then cooked them a little bit on the stovetop. This one I made in the Instant Pot. Just a dump and go. Dump and go.
Dump and go.
Just dump and go.
That one.
You know they're both fine. I suppose for the convenience of it all, there's nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong at all. Olay. So, anyway, yeah, you know, they're both fine. They're both good. This one's thinner, like Sue said. It's probably would be good for enchiladas. This one is good for dipping.
Dipping. Nachos.
Nachos. I was gonna make some chicken tacos. So, you
I
know.
would use this for the chicken tacos. This for chicken enchiladas.
Okay, yeah. I hear where you're coming from.
You hear the words that are coming out of my mouth.
Indeed. Very well then. I hope you learned something. Maybe you have an idea about what could be done differently or in addition to and so forth and whatnot.
Hence pooth.
So, subscribe, like, share, comment, and we will see you again in the near future. Did you just shoot boogers?
I did.
So are you in the picture?
Nope.
Huh?
My shirt is.